Sri Jadavacharya Goswami, a constant associate of Srila Rupa Goswami, was also very enthusiastic in hearing and chanting about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Pandita Goswami ra Shishya Bhugarbha Goswami, Gaura Katha Bina Mukhe Anya Nahi. Bhugarbha Goswami, a disciple of Pandita Goswami, was always engaged in topics regarding Lord Chaitanya, knowing nothing else. Tar Shishya Govinda Pujaka Chaitanya Das, Mukunda Ananda Chakravarti Premi Krishna Das. Among his disciples were Chaitanya Das, who was a priest of the Govinda deity, as well as Mukunda Ananda Chakravarti and the great devotee Krishna Das. Acharya Goswami ra Shishya Chakravarti Shivananda, Niravadi Tar Chitte Chaitanya Nityananda. Among the disciples of Anantacharya was Shivananda Chakravarti, in whose heart dwelt constantly Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Arjata Vrindavane Vaise Bhaktagana Shesalila Sunite Savar Hoila Manam. In Vrindavan there were also many other great devotees, all of whom desire to hear the last pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. More ajna karila sabe karuna kariya, taha sabar bole likhi nillo joya. By their mercy, all these devotees ordered me to write of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of their order only, although I am shameless, I have attempted to write this Chaitanya Charitamrita, purport by Srila Prabhupada. To write about the transcendental pastimes of Supreme Personality Godhead is not an ordinary endeavor. Unless one is empowered by the higher authorities or advanced devotees, one cannot write transcendental literature, for all such literature must be above suspicion, and in other words, must have none of the defects of conditioned souls, namely mistakes, illusions, cheating, and imperfect sense perceptions. The words of Krishna and the disciplic succession that carries the orders of Krishna are actually authoritative. To be empowered to write transcendental literature is a privilege in which a writer can take great pride. As humble Vaishnava, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, being thus empowered, felt very much ashamed that it was he who was to narrate the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swami could write such literature. Do you understand? This transcendental pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nectarian. Transcendental, nectarian pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How could he write? Here, Srila Prabhupada says, to write about the transcendental pastimes of Supreme Personal Godhead is not an ordinary endeavor. Unless one is empowered by the higher authorities or advanced devotees, one cannot write transcendental literature, for all such literature must be above suspicion, or in other words, must have none of the defects of conditioned souls, namely mistake, illusion, cheating, and imperfect perceptions. Do you understand? So he says here that these intimate, dear devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna ordered him. He says, one after another, so many devotees. Jadavacharya Goswami, constant associate of Srila Rupa Goswami, who was also very enthusiastic in hearing and chanting about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Then Bhugarbha Goswami, a disciple of Pandita Goswami, was always engaged in topics regarding Chaitanya, knowing nothing else. Among his disciples were Chaitanya Das, who was a priest of Govinda deity, as well as Mukundananda Chakravarti and the great devotee Krishna Das. Among the disciples of Anantacharya was Shivananda Chakravarti, in whose heart dwelt constantly Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. In Vrindavan there are also many other great devotees. All of them desired to hear the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. So they all, More Ajna Karila. He says, all these devotees, dear devotees of Sri Chaitanya Krishna, they ordered me to write. So by their mercy, all these devotees ordered me to write the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of their order only. Although I am shameless, I have attempted to write this Chaitanya Charitamrita. Why shameless? Why say shameless? Nirlaja. He says I'm nirlaja, shameless. Tahan sabar bole likhi nirlaja ho yahan. He says nirlaja, I am shameless. He says shameless? What shameless? Huh? Why say such thing? He wrote such literature, nectarian, transcendental nectarian literature, pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Prema Purushottama, the topics related to that pure love, based on pure love. Not an easy affair, nobody can produce such literature. He says it's not an ordinary endeavor unless one is empowered. So Chaitanya says, Kaviraj Goswami became empowered. So many dear devotees ordered him, that is their mercy. So he became empowered. Vaishnava Kripa Kai Sarva Siddhi. If you get a Kripa, mercy of a Vaishnava, then you'll achieve all sorts of perfection, otherwise you cannot achieve. You understand? Krishna Kripa, Krishna's mercy comes through a Vaishnava, dear devotee. Krishna jadi kripa karen kono bhagyavane, Guru Antarjami rupe sikhaya. Krishna showers his mercy unto a fortunate soul. So he appears before him as Guru and teaches him. That is Krishna Kripa. Guru. Through Guru, Sadhu Guru Vaishnava, Krishna's mercy comes. So all these Vaishnavas, intimate devotees of Krishna, and all earth, Kaviraj Goswami, he got mercy and became empowered. You understand? He became empowered, he says. Unless one is empowered by the higher authorities, advanced devotees, one cannot write such transcendental literature. Because this literature is free from these four defects. You understand? Mistakes, illusion, cheating and imperfect sense perception. Arjya Vigya Vakya nahi, those are sophistoy. Those are Arjya Vigya. Can't you understand? Arjya Vigya. Arjya, not an Arjya. Purified person, purified consciousness, liberated soul. And Vigya, sufficient. In Bhakti Tattva. In his words there are no defects. These four defects are not there. These mistakes, illusion, cheating and imperfect sense. So such a literature is free from these four defects. So this is the mercy of these Vaishnavas, sadhus, dear devotees of Krishna. This is the only thing required. Otherwise a person cannot produce such literature. And such a Kaviraj Goswami wrote such literature, this Chaitanya Charitamrita, when he was very, very old. His hands and legs were trembling, you see, at that time. But he became empowered, so he could write. That's symbolized. This is the humble nature. As the humble Vaishnava, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, being thus empowered, felt very much ashamed that it was he who was to narrate the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore ashamed. His humble nature. No pride at all. You understand? Dambhadarpa abhimana parusya. This pride, conceit. You understand? These are demoniac nature. The demons are very proud. You understand? Duplicitous persons. You understand? They have conceit, all this. In Bhagavad Gita I will find this thing. The demoniac qualities, nature. So a Vaishnava is not a demon, is a Vaishnava, a Bhakta, is really humble. He always thinks that all are Vaishnavas but me. Jive Swarupa hoy Krishna Nitya Das. That is real identity of a jiva. Jiva means in real identity a Vaishnava, isn't it? Jiva means a Vaishnava. Jivatma means a Vaishnava. A real identity. Jiva Swarup. How Krishna Nitya Das is eternal servant of Krishna. So is Vaishnava. So, Vaishnava, this Kaviraj Goswami, Vaishnava like Kaviraj Goswami thinks is so humble. He thinks like that. All are Vaishnavas. You understand? Better and more elevated Vaishnavas. But me. Except me. I am the lowest of the low. You understand? If a list will be prepared, chronological list, my name will come at the last. Nobody, no name will be there under me. I am the last man. That is the attitude. Shunadapi sunichena. Taroriva sahisunna. Amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari. Mahaprabhu's teaching. One should be much humbler than a blade of grass on the street. As tolerant as a tree. One should be as tolerant as a tree. And amani manada, one should not demand respect, rather give respect to one and all. You understand? How will it be possible? If someone is very proud, develops pride, he cannot do this thing. He cannot give respect to one and all, he will demand respect. You understand? And he cannot be tolerant also. He is not humble at all. These are Vaishnavas. Then Kirtaniya Sadahari. Then you can do Hari Kirtan, otherwise you cannot do Hari Kirtan. You have no right at all. You understand? If you can develop such attitude. Not artificially. Natural. It will be natural attitude. Natural this thing will develop. You understand? That is, this is Hari Kirtan. Otherwise, one cannot do Kirtan at all. Premanam, or to speak of Premanama Sankirtan. You cannot do Kirtan at all. Then what to speak of Premanama Sankirtan? Kirtan with prem, with love. How will it be possible? A demon cannot do such thing. He is so proud. He is not humble at all. So, Kaviraj Goswami says, I am shameless. He is shameless. Nilaja. He is humble. And especially this Mahaprabhu's pastimes are all nectarian, based on pure love. Because Mahaprabhu came to give that love. Atyanta niguda prema karibare dana sikhaya saranagati bhagatir prana. Isn't it? Mahaprabhu came to teach you saranagati. How you can surrender. Sarvadharman parisejya mamiko saranam. Krishna says this thing. Last thing he said. Mamiko, just surrender unto me, unto lotus feet of Krishna. This only thing required. Last thing. Latest. Then previous ones are cancelled. Then last thing comes. Supreme Court's order comes. Then lower court's orders are cancelled. Isn't it? The last thing says, Sarvadharman Pritijya Mamiko Saranam Praja. Giving up all of the rights of religion, just surrender unto me. Then previous ones are cancelled. How can one surrender? One can say this thing. One may say this thing. But to practice surrender, to be really surrendered, is not an easy affair. Because it is based on love. Braja prema. You understand? It is based on love. Braja prema. Do you know Braja Bhumi? The residents of Braja Bhumi, inhabitants of Braja Bhumi. Dasa, Dasya, Sakhya, Vasalya, Madhurya. Four. Chari Bhava Bhakti Dhyan Achamu Bhuvan. In Mahaprabhu's teachings, there is no question of Santa Rasa. He has discarded Santa Rasa. The five Mukhya Rasas, the chief Rasas are there. Santa Dasya Vasalya, Santa Dasya Sakhya Vasalya Madhurya. He discarded Santa because In Santarasa there is no question of love at all. You understand? No question of love. Huh? What is there in Santa? Huh? Jalta Krishna Prabhu, bolo. What is there in Santarasa? Yes? Neutrality, yes.
Passive adoration.
Yes. Santar Swabhav Krishne Mamata Gandhahina. Param Brahma Paramatma Gyan Pravina. Is Gyan Pravina. Is based on Gyan, not Prema. Param Brahma Paramatma, they say. Those who are Santa Bhakta, Santarasa, Bhaktas of Santarasa, they only speak of Param Brahma Paramatma. They never speak Krishna. You understand? They are Gyan Pravina. They are based on, their bhakti is mixed with Gyan. Do you understand? Mixed bhakti. Gyan Pravina. Krishna Mamata Gandhayina. They have no love for Krishna. Do you understand me? Therefore Mahaprabhu discarded Santa. So, Chari Bhava Bhakti Dhyana Changbhuvana. I'll go and give Brother Prema. Do you understand? 4 rasas, mainly based on 4 rasas. Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Madhura. And I'll make the whole world dance. You understand? So it is said. Here. This is question of prema. Unless there is prema, there is no question of surrender at all. Saranagati. So Mahaprabhu came. Mahaprabhu is Krishna and soul. But he thought, I have only said this theoretically. To surrender. Theoretically I said. But the people of Kali Yuga cannot understand this thing and cannot practice this thing. You understand? Example is better than precept. I have not demonstrated practically how to surrender. So I must go again to teach this thing. You understand? How to surrender. So unless I practice, how can I teach? You understand? He is Krishna. So how Krishna will be surrendered to anybody? Everybody should surrender unto Krishna. How Krishna will surrender to anybody? So how can I teach? Only the devotees are surrendered. So unless I accept Bhakta Bhav, how can I teach the process of surrender? Do you understand? So Bhakta Bhavangikar. So this is Prema, Prema Bhakti, Braja Prema. The residents of Braj Bhumi are surrendered souls and they have developed Prema, love, they have love towards Krishna, they are completely surrendered. Here it says, Braja Prema Bhakti Sutra. This is the thread, a rope of Prema. Prema Bhakti Sutra, this rope. And Krishna becomes bound up with that rope, a rope of love. That rope, one end of that rope is always attached, firmly attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. And the other end comes here to this material world. Other end comes here to this material world for the conditioned souls. Those who are very dear devotees, intimate devotees, premi bhaktas of Krishna, they descend here with the other end. Here. You understand? And their mercy, if they cast their merciful vision on some conditioned soul, then that end will go to that conditioned soul. Otherwise, how a conditioned soul go and approach the lotus feet of Krishna? You understand? How he will be attached to it unless he is bound up with that rope? You understand? Do you understand me? That rope is Prema Bhakti Sutra, Braja Prema Bhakti Sutra. Sutra means rope or thread, we may say. One end is bound up, firmly attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, and the other end Krishna throws to this world, because Krishna is so merciful. Srudan Sarvabhutanam is the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. Though conditioned soul has forgotten, Krishna has not forgotten. So he makes such arrangement. So he orders, by the direction, by the will of Krishna, his dear devotees, his associates, most intimate associates, they come here, descend here, holding the other end of that rope in this material world. This is the mercy towards the conditioned souls. Mahajana, it's mercy. Sadhu Guru's mercy. Adosadarasi Prabho Patita Uddhar. Isn't it? We have discussed. Adosadarasi Prabho Patita Uddhar. Sir, Vaishnava is Adosadarasi. More merciful than Krishna, more merciful than Gauranga. Nityananda is more merciful than Gauranga. Manifestation of Nityananda Ram is Guru, Sadhu Guru, Vaishnava. More merciful. So they descend here, holding the other end of that rope. Otherwise, how a conditioned soul will be bound up with that rope and attached and linked up with Krishna? That is the tattva here. In other words, you may say, pure love is the cause to get Krishna. Otherwise, nobody can get Krishna. Prema bhakti. Yes, prema bhakti. Bhakti revenu ayati, bhakti revenu prapayati, bhakti reva bhuyasi, bhakti vaso madhava. Veda says this thing. No other way is there, no other means is there to get Krishna. It is only prema bhakti, bhimala bhakti, pure bhakti. Avidyagrasto anadi bahirmukho. From time immemorial he has forgotten Krishna. Is completely covered up with avidya. Ignorance. Avidya, you understand? Ignorance. This conditioned soul. You understand? He has been suffering here. Lakhs and lakhs of lives. He has been afflicted with 3 tapas here. Adhyatmika, adhidaivika, adhibhautika. How can he approach Krishna? How can he be bound up with that rope of love? You understand? Unless he gets the mercy of such intimate, dear devotees of Krishna. It's only their mercy, nothing else. You understand? Is there any other means? Brahmanda bhamite kon bhagyavana jiva Guru Krishna krupate pahai bhakti lata. This krupa only. Only mercy. Guru Krishna kripa. Is there anything else? If such soul gets such kripa, is bhagyavan. Is bhagyavan jiva. Is a fortunate soul. That he gets kripa. The unfortunate soul cannot get. Brahmanda bhamite kon bhagyavana jiva Guru Krishna kripate pa. It's a kripa. This word is very significant. Kripa. Mercy. By the mercy of Guru Krishna he gets such bija. Bhakti lata bija. The seed of bhakti kripa. You understand? That is says. So we have these 2 types, bhakti, vaidhi bhakti, raga bhakti. Vaidhi, raga bhakti. Vaidhi bhakti, raga bhakti. Do you understand? First is vaidhi. You understand? What do you say, vaidhi? According to rules, regulation, vidhi. Sadhana bhakti. Do you understand? That is vaidhi. Vidhi moy. This vaidhi stays, vaidhi is sadhana stara. Sadhana. Sadhana bhakti, we say sadhana bhakti, you have to do sadhana. That is under guidance of a bona fide guru. You should do sadhana bhakti sadhana. strictly follow the rules, regulations, regulative principles. Do you understand? Under the guidance of a bona fide guru. The guru who is manifestation of Nityananda Ram. Ram means Balaram. So Balaram has his plough. Plough is meant for cultivation. Do you understand? Karsana. Do you understand? Karsana. In Sanskrit we say karsana. And flute is meant for akarsana, attraction. Karsana, akarsana. This is Krishna, Balaram. Combined. Two are standing with plough and flute. And first is karsana. First is this Balarama's plough. First thing. You cultivate the land properly. Do you understand? The land is the heart. Krudokshetra. Do you understand me? That Balaram's plough will cultivate this land, his heart, filled, and properly cultivated. Should be properly cultivated. That means barren land will become fertile. This land is barren. Conditioned soul's heart. You understand? Embodied soul. Heart is barren. A rocky field. It's rocky. It's rock, as hard, stony. Unless the plough of Balaram cultivates properly, how it will become fertile, how the seed will germinate, bhakti creeper. No possibility at all. First is Karsana, therefore first is Vaidhi. You understand? First stage is Vaidhi, Vaidhi Bhakti. Then this seed will germinate. When the land becomes fertile, the seed will germinate. Then, under the guidance of Guru, take care of it. Sadhan, bhajan, shravan, kirtan. Jale karoi sechan. Regular watering needed, that is shravan, kirtan. Hearing and chanting. Regular. Strong fence will be there. So many things. The Rupa Siksha that is there. Then you will go to the other stage that is Raga Bhakti. When you will be liberated to that stage, the Raga Bhakti stage, then Krishna's flute will attract you. You understand? Akarsana. Or in other words, you will be attracted towards Krishna. Otherwise you cannot be attracted towards Krishna. First is Karsana, next is Akarsana. So plough and flute. You understand me? So Krishna Balaram.
This attraction of ruchi or asakti? On a different level.
It's asakti. Yes, attachment. Asakti.
Even higher than ruchi?
Higher than the ruchi, yes. No. The ruchi, just beginning, abhas. Abhas stage. You understand? So it says, other name of Raga Bhakti is Prema Bhakti. And which is the base, which is the platform of that Prema Bhakti. What platform develops? What is the base of that Prema Bhakti? Is Vaikuntha? Is Ajodhya? Is Mathura or Dwaraka? It is Brajavana. You understand? It's Brajavana. Brajbhumi is the platform, place. You understand? Where this Prema Bhakti is there. And in Braja Bhakti you'll find these four main mellows. Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhura. That's. Therefore, Mahaprabhu says, Chari Bhava Bhakti Diya Nachamu Bhuvan. Juga Dharma Pravartamu Nama Sankirtan Chari Bhava Bhakti Diya Nachamu Bhuvan. You understand? Krishna desires, develops such desire. I shall go again. You understand? I have only said theoretically how to surrender, but I have not taught how to surrender. How the people of Kali Yuga can understand this thing? Unless practical demonstration is there, they cannot. I have to go again. So he came again. That Krishna came again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he says this thing, Juga Dharma Pravartama Nama Sankirtana Chari Bhava Bhakti Jaya Nachanguvan. I'll make the whole world dance with this Chari Bhava Bhakti. Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. Because in these four types of bhaktis, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, prem is there. In Santa there is no question of prem. You understand? So, in Mahaprabhu's Bhakti Tattva, the Santa is discarded. There are four melodies. And Nam Sankirtan, this Nam Sankirtan, because he gives prem to the Nam, chanting of holy name, this Nam Sankirtan is known as Prema Nama Sankirtana. You understand? This the name of this Sankirtana is Prema Nama Sankirtana, not a mere name, it's Prema Nama. Do you understand me? Dumb? Are you dumb? Deaf? Huh? You understood? Huh? What is that in English? You can't understand. Yes. Nam Sankirtan and Prem Nam Sankirtan. Yes. When there is question of Prem Nam Sankirtan, it is spontaneous, it is natural.
It's not Vaidhi.
Yes, it's not Vaidhi. It's natural, it's spontaneous. You understand? It comes from the core of the heart, from the well-cultivated land. You understand? After well-cultivation, proper cultivation, Balaram's plow has cultivated it properly, then is now a real platform now. This prem is there, bhav is there. Then Krishna's flute you can hear and natural attraction there, akarsan. That's Premanam Sankirtan. That Mahaprabhu Sankirtan, Premanam Sankirtan. That is said. It's Premanam Sankirtan. Tar madhya sarvasrestha Nam Sankirtan achirat mile bhai Krishna Premadana. Kaviraj Goswami writes in this way, isn't it? Huh? Yes, this is known Premanam Sankirtan. With prem, the Sankirtan is done with prem, not artificiality. You understand? It's with prem. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu has done that Premanam Sankirtan, and he is the father of that Sankirtan, Sankirtanika Janaka. Isn't it? He is the father of that Sankirtan, Premanam Sankirtan is Gauranga. And two things are there, Prema and Nama. Huh? Prema and Nama. Combined together is Prema Nama. Do you understand? And what is the relationship between these two? Prema and Nama. Father and son. Do you understand? Father and son. What is the relationship? Father takes care of the son, of the child, maintains. Do you understand? The father is the maintainer and he is maintained. This is the relationship. Posya, posaka. In Sanskrit you say, maintainer and maintained. Do you understand me? Posya, posaka. In Sanskrit. You should understand Sanskrit. This is very high philosophy. It's not an easy thing. Do you understand? Vedanta group. This is Vaishnava philosophy, Mahaprabhu's philosophy, Goswami's philosophy. Pasya posaka samanda, prema and nama. Maintainer and maintained. Father and son. Father is the maintainer, son is maintained. Pasya posaka. So, this prema and nama, that relationship. Maintainer and maintained. Maintainer is prema, maintained nama. Do you understand? Pasya posaka samandha. And it's interrelated. Interrelated. Do you understand? If there is prema, automatically the name comes out, pure name. Do you understand? And in other way also, Other way, if you put in the other way, reverse way, then by Nama Sankirtan, prema is manifested. Do you understand? This is what we say, prema Nama Sankirtana. So we utter this sloka written by Rupa Goswami. Anarpita tarinchirat karunayavatinna karau samarpayitunnata jalarasang so bhakti sriyam. Isn't it? We utter. Bhakti sriyam, bhakti sri. You understand? Sri, no, Sri. This is very significant word. Bhakti Sri. Bhakti Sri means confidential asset. It's confidential asset, that is Sri. Sri means only confidential asset. Ekmatra sugupta sampada dhana of Sri Krishna Bhakti. That is prema. You understand? That is prema. Therefore, Mahaprabhu says, Ama bina anya nare braja prema jite. Because that braja prema bhakti, sutra, that rope of that braja prema bhakti is constantly attached, firmly attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. So how can any other but Krishna can give such prema? Because this rope, this thread is constantly attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. So without Krishna, anybody can give, any avatar can give. No. Therefore, Krishna says, Ama bina anya nare braja pramadite. Nobody but me can give braja prema. Because that braja prema bhakti sutra is attached to the lotus feet of Krishna only. Neither Ram can give, neither Nrsimha can give, or Vamana can give. Do you understand me? Any avatar cannot give. Only Krishna can give. Therefore he says, so he came as Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, assuming Bhakta Bhav, accepting Bhakta Bhav, to give it. Do you understand? Braja prema. Then question is there. Krishna then, you can understand, only Krishna can give this prema. His prema dasa, because that braja prema sutra, bhakti sutra is firmly attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, isn't it? Only Krishna can give, nobody else. And Krishna says that, isn't it? Then question is, when only Krishna can give this prema, then what is the necessity of Krishna to come as Gaura? He cannot give, he could have given such thing when he had appeared here as Krishna. Why he didn't give? And why he again came as Gaura to give it? This is the question. Do you understand my question? Can you answer? Yes. Yeah. 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 Yes, that will come. That is the conclusion. But question is, why Krishna? When Krishna is the only giver of such prema, nobody else can give such prema, and that braja prema bhakti sutra is firmly attached to the lotus feet of only Krishna, not to other avatar, anything. So what is the necessity of Krishna coming as Gaura?
He also has this one aspect that is giving, one aspect that is also willing, greedy. You said he has this loha to test himself, something.
That he developed such greed. He had 3 desires. So he became Gaura. That is why he became Gaura. But point is different here. This point is different here in this question. That means Krishna is Premika, Rasaraja. He is the reservoir of all rasas, mellows, and he is also Premika, he is lover. Do you understand? He is lover, Premika. And have you gone through this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? It comes here. Then this prema or priti has Visaya and Asraya. Two things are there. When this question of prema comes, priti comes, love comes, this is not one-sided. It is reciprocal, two sides is there. One is Visaya, other is Asraya. Do you understand me? This is a Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. There is Alambana. Visaya Alambana, Asraya Alambana. Sthai Bhava, Sansari, Vyabhichari, so many things are there. This is a Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Very subtle points, typical things. Do you understand? Because it's such a science. This Prema Bhakti Tattva is such a science. Do you understand? One thing you should understand, two things are required. Visaya and Asraya. Because love, when the question of love comes, priti comes, this is that there must be two things. Otherwise not one-sided or one-handed. It's two sides. It has two sides. One is Visaya side, another is Asraya side. Do you understand? Visaya side and Asraya side. Otherwise there is no question of prema at all. And Krishna is Visaya, not Asraya. Do you understand me? Visaya Vigraha. Krishna is Visaya Vigraha. Is not Asraya Vigraha. Devotees are Asraya Vigraha. Do you understand me? Typical this word, there is no English, I don't know. That may be my disqualification.
Subject, object?
Yes, subject, object, what you say. I don't know what is real English. So it's a Visaya, Asraya.
Asraya is shelter, reserved one?
Visaya Vigraha, Asraya Vigraha. Do you know? These words you should understand.
One is a repository of love. And
Yes. One is what? Lover and beloved. What do you say? Krishna is lover. Premika. Then other one? Object. So subject, object. What you say like that? Isn't it? In English. I don't know. But don't know what is this real English.
You mean Krishna is the one who loves and Bhakta is the one who is loved by Krishna?
Is it to be loved, yes.
But it's also reciprocal.
It's reciprocal. It's reciprocal.
Krishna becomes Vishnu.
Krishna is Visaya. Devotees are Asraya. Do you understand? Krishna is the Visaya and Visaya of that prema or priti, and devotees are the Asraya of that prema or priti. Do you understand? So this is reciprocal. So it's a Visaya Lambana, Asraya Lambana. So those who are dear devotees, they are Asraya Lambana, and Krishna is Visaya Lambana of Prema Bhakti, and their devotees are the Asraya Lambana of Prema Bhakti. So this Prema Bhakti is manifested accordingly with the devotees according to their mellows. As for example, Sudama and Subala, they are Sakha, friends. So the Visodatiya Prema of Krishna manifests in Sudama and Subala as Visramba Sakya. Do you understand? Sakya Bhav, friendship, Visramba Sakya. Sakya has two types, Visrama Sakya and Sambrama Sakya. Do you understand? These two divisions. In Vaikuntha, you'll find 2.5 rasas out of 5. That is Dasya and Santa, Dasya and half Sakya. Do you understand? In Vaikuntha, you find 2.5 rasas. Santa, Dasya and half Sakya. That is Sambrama Sakya. Sakya, friendship with awe and reverence. You understand? But in this Brajabhumi, this Sakya is Visrama Sakya. There is no awe and reverence. Sudama and Subala, they climb up the shoulder of Krishna. Do you understand me? Because there is prema, love, which is not there. That's Sakya, that's it says. So that Vishwajatya prema, then Krishna is the Vishaya of prema, that Vishwajatya prema manifests with Sudama and Subala as Visrama Sakya in Ashraya prema. Similarly, with Nanda and Yasoda, it takes the form of Vatsalya prema. You understand? And with Srimati Radharani, it takes up form of Madhurya rasa, Madhurya prema. But prema is everywhere. Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. Do you understand? But according to the Alambana, it is manifested. Yes.
Krishna is the object of the love of the devotees.
Yes, Krishna is Visaya. And Bhaktas are Asraya.
Krishna is loving the devotees, so the devotees loving Krishna. It is both.
Both, reciprocal.
But still one is, according to what you said, one is more than the other. One could be the Vishaya, one could be the Ashraya. One is more on one basis.
Devotees are Asraya. Prema are Asraya.
They receive the love.
Do you understand? Krishna is not Asraya, Krishna is Visaya. When Krishna wants to give prema, unless he becomes Asraya, he cannot give. Do you understand? Therefore, he came as Gaura. That question, I am going to answer that question. My question, what is my question? This is very important question and very confidential thing, not an easy thing. Because only Krishna says, Ama bina anya nare brajaprem, only I can give brajaprem, nobody else can give. Do you understand? So question is, when Krishna only can give, why Krishna came as Gauranga? What is the necessity? This is the answer. Because Krishna is the Visaya of Prema. He is not Asraya. The devotees are Asraya. Those are Asraya, only they can give, because they are practicing it in their life. And they are binding Krishna through that rope in their heart. You understand? So, Krishna accepted Bhakta Bhav. That Krishna says that thing. Apani karibu Bhakta Bhav angikare, apani achari dharma sikamu sabare. I will go and accept Bhakta Bhav and practice it in my life, then I will teach and give it. Otherwise I practice, otherwise I accept this Bhav, I cannot give it. Though he is the Prema or Visaya. So he accepted Bhakta Bhav. That means though he is Visaya, he became Asraya. He became Asraya. And he practiced himself in his life. This bhakti, surrender, process of surrender and taught. This is the answer to this question. When he came, he was appearing, he had appeared here as Krishna in his own Swarupa. Though he is the Visaya Prem, he didn't give or he cannot give. He couldn't give. Only he said theoretically, Sarvadharman paritejya mamekam saranam braja. Giving up all variety, just surrender. Only theoretically said. Then he thought of, no, I said only theoretically. These people cannot understand and practice it. I have to go again to teach it. How can I teach unless I practice? Huh? I am Supreme Lord, I am Krishna, I am the Vishaya of Prem, I am not Asroy. How can I teach unless I become Asroy? So he accepted Bhakta Bhav, becomes Asroy, then teaches. The question of teaching comes. So we say this thing. When this question of Premanam Sankirtan comes, unless one has Prema, how can he do Premanam Sankirtan? And how can he teach Prema? How can he give Prema? So, Goswamis have said like this, those who are devoid of Prema, who are devoid of Prema, they cannot teach this Premanama Sankirtana. So they should not accept disciples. They say. He said that thing. Bhajanina Sishya Kariva, Acharanhina Premana Nirarthak. They will only cheat you. Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, all Goswamis have said. Very confidential tattva. Do you understand? Do you understand now?
Yes.
And why Krishna came as Bhakta? Why he is Visaya? Why he came as Asraya? Because to teach this thing. Unless one practices in his life, how can he teach? How can he give? That is the answer.
In the mind I was thinking, he can give without teaching.
No, cannot. So this is very, very important and confidential thing here. Very deep and subtle purpose is here.
Must be taught.
Yes. This is the answer to this question. This is most important and very confidential question. Apane achari dharma sikhamu, he says. I will practice and teach. Unless I practice, I cannot teach. It will be empty words. It will never be effective. Yes, that is the answer. So, Krishna is Visaya, is the Visaya of that Prema, but to practice and for teaching, he accepted Bhakta Bhav and became Asraya of that Prema. Visaya became Asraya. Otherwise he cannot teach, and no question of teaching is there. And it will never be effective at all. Do you understand? Do you understand it clearly or not?
I'm still trying to find the Vishaya proper.
I understand it like this.
Ah.
Krishna is having loving affairs with his devotees. And he's enjoying in rasa. But to teach Vaidhi Bhakti and Prem Bhakti, he can't do that because he's engaged in this rasa. So to teach, he has to give that up and take the form of devotee. Who practices it himself and then can teach you.
Both of them, you see, both of them are testing. Test is there, enjoyment is there, but Bhakta's part is more.
Yes. Krishna doesn't stand on his base, does he?
No.
He doesn't get up the Mangalati.
When you say Vishaya means he is a giver. He is the one who gives. It comes from him, and the other one is receiving. Vishaya receives.
Yes.
And Vishaya gives.
Yeah. But that is question of reciprocation and enjoyment. Testing is the enjoyment is better enjoyment. Bhakta's enjoyment is better. Yes. Asraya's enjoyment is better than Vishaya's enjoyment.
But the Vishaya is the one who it comes from. It is coming from him.
Yes. It comes from him, but his enjoyment is not as good as Asraya's enjoyment.
Another understanding I was perceiving was that Krishna is perceiving himself within the devotee.
Yes. Yes.
The
Yes.
love, the Krishna's reciprocating.
Yes.
And they're the ashraya, to me a shelter, means that they're the abode of love for Krishna.
Yes.
And he's just perceiving himself within them.
Yes, he perceiving himself in that Shuddha Satprema Darpana. The heart of the devotee, pure devotee is the crystal clear mirror.
Yes.
Krishna sees himself there. Yes, that is what.
That's what he's getting. But
Yes.
they're not getting that.
No.
They're getting something else.
Yes. Yes. Krishna sees himself. Therefore, the enjoyment, this is reciprocal. Both are enjoying. Visaya and Asraya both are enjoying. But the enjoyment of Asraya is greater enjoyment. And therefore it says, Ekali Radhika Aswade Sakali. Because Radharani is the topmost of all devotees. Radharani is a devotee. Do you understand? Sukadeva Goswami writes that thing in Bhagavata. He never mentioned the name of Radha. He doesn't mention. He doesn't mention the name of Radha in Bhagavata. What he writes? Anaya Radhita is Radha. Anaya Radhita. You understand? Who does the best type of worship, Krishna took him away from Rasa area. The best type of worship. That is Radharani is the topmost of all bhaktas. So therefore, Kaviraj Goswami says, Ekali Radhika Aswade Sakali. When this question of aswad or taste is comes, releasement is come, and only Radharani releases the most. Do you understand the truth? The releasement is there, both sides. Asra side and Visara side. Do you understand? But the releasement of Asra is better than the releasement of Visaya. And Radharani's releasement is the best. So, Krishna is thinking of all these things. Then he took up this decision that now I'll accept Bhakta Bhav, you understand, and practice bhakti. Myself, I'll practice bhakti in my life and teach. Then he says, then he thinks, when there are these 4 types of bhaktas, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, then the mood of which bhakta shall I accept? Then next question he thinks. Then he thinks the mood of Madhurya bhakta I shall accept, because that is everything. That is Dasya, that is Sakhya, that is Vatsalya, everything in Madhurya. So he accepted the mood of Radharani. Do you understand me? This is the question, this is the answer, and then something more is said. If you have bhakti, then there is question of bhakta bhav. If there is bhakti, then there is bhakta bhav. When there are 4 divisions in bhakta bhav, so accordingly bhakti is there, Dasya bhakti, Sakhya bhakti, Vatsalya bhakti and Madhurya bhakti. Do you understand? And by the mercy of Guru, this bhakti dhana is achieved. The set of bhakti is achieved by the mercy of Guru. Then Guru has his Guru, that Guru has his Guru, that has his Guru. And now Krishna becomes Asraya, becomes a bhakta now, who is the Guru of Krishna then. Do you understand me? Do you understand me?
Yes.
Janta Krud? Why didn't? You finish writing. Unless you hear, how can you understand? Yes? The Guru teaches bhakti. The Guru practices bhakti in his life. Isn't it? So he teaches. Guru is the asraya of prema. Isn't it? Asraya. Asrayalambana. So he teaches. The Guru has his Guru, Guru has his Guru, Guru has his Guru. Isn't it? Let's go up. Then one last topmost Guru is there. Who is that topmost Guru? Do you understand? So in Krishna has become asraya. Krishna has become bhakta now. Do you understand? And practicing bhakti. Then who is the Guru of Krishna in that respect? That is what? You understand? Yes. Radharani is the Guru, yes. Charam Guru, the Adi Guru, and the topmost Guru. And she is in possession of that great storehouse of that prema. When question of prema bhakti comes. So she is known as Ladini Sakti. Ladini Sakti, pleasure potency. So from that storehouse the prema flows. Prema bhakti prabaha. The flow of prema bhakti comes from that store. Do you understand? The store is with Radharani. Prema bhandara. Do you understand? So when Krishna is a student of prema bhakti now, the Guru is Radharani. That Krishna says, Kaviraj Goswami has written, Radha prema guru ami sisya nata, soda ami nana nritya nachay udvata. You understand? In these loving affairs, in this prema bhakti, Radharani is my Guru. I am his disciple. You understand? Radha prema guru, ami sisya, disciple, nata. That means the Guru makes the disciple dance according to his tune. Similarly, Radharani is my Guru in these loving affairs. Because she is the possessor of this storehouse of that Ladin, Prema Bhandar, storehouse of Prema. Because she is Ladini Sakti, pleasure potency. Then the flow of Prema Bhakti comes from her. Do you understand? Jantakrut. The flow comes from her because the store is there. So now Krishna is going to teach Prem Bhakti. So without Guru, how can he teach it? So Guru is Radharani. Radha Prema Guru, Ami Sisya Nata. He says, Radharani is my Guru in this Prem Bhakti affair, and I am his Sisya, his disciple. I am her disciple. Nata, she is making me dance according to her tune. I am dancing. As Guru makes the disciple dance according to his tune. You understand? He says that. And Varsabhanavi is the Murta Vigraha, is the embodiment of that prema. Varsabhanavi is Radharani, the daughter of Vrishabhanu. Vrishabhanu, father of Radharani, so Radharani is known as Varsabhanavi. You understand? So Radharani is the embodiment of that Ladini Sakti. Embodiment of Ladini Sakti, Radharani, and the ultimate culmination of that Ladini Sakti, that bhav is Mahabhava, known as Mahabhava. Do you understand? Mahabhava. And so, Prema Bhakti Mandakini. The source of Prema Bhakti Mandakini Ganges. Prema Bhakti is a flow. A flow is coming, like Ganges flow of Ganges. The Prema Bhakti, flow of Prema Bhakti comes from Radharani. She is the source. Therefore, Krishna decided, now I have to assume the mood of Radharani. You understand? He decided the thing. Then what to do? Because the store is with her. Unless I have the store, how can I give? Kutuki rasastama hutva. Rupa Goswami has said this thing. So he is very expert in stealing, so he stole that store from Radharani. Let us secure, confidentially, secure there in the heart of Radharani. That store is there. So he entered into the heart of Radharani and stole it. So I became Gaura. Became Gaura. Radhika prema guru ami sisyanata sadami nante natayate. Radha bhavangi kari sadhilena nijavansa gauranga srihari. That Kaviraj Goswami has written like this. Radha bhavangi kari sadhilena nijavansa gauranga srihari. Assuming Radha bhav, Gauranga Srihari fulfilled his desires. You understand? 3 desires. It's very difficult to express this thing in English. I find difficult. My language is faulty language.
The difficulty is with us.
This is a very difficult task. Chaitanya Charitamrita means postgraduate study. It's postgraduate study. This Prema Tattva, Priti Tattva is here. You understand? Then you have to know this. This Goswamis, they have taught all these things. Very subtle, very confidential and subtle tattva. Not easy. Confidential questions are there. The answer is there. So it comes up. When I speak all these things comes up to me, what shall I do? I cannot check myself. You have come, anyhow. When you have come, when it comes to me, so I want to give you. Because unless I give, it will never increase. The more I give, it will increase more. Anything material you give, it will be reduced. Spiritual you give, it will increase, develop.
You say Krishna stole from Radharani.
Yes.
But when I think of stealing, I think somebody is losing. But how can she lose?
No, not losing. Losing. It's reciprocation, you see. It is not anything material. There is no question of loss at all.
But is Radharani feeling that she is a shameless person?
Therefore, Gauranga is the combination of Radha and Krishna. It's combination. Radha Krishna milita tanu. Combined together. Gauranga means what? Radha and Krishna combined it together. One body. There is one body.
I'm trying to understand the purport of this statement that Krishna steals.
Yes.
It's my material intelligence. This
Yes, cannot think of this. You can think of this thing. Inconceivable.
It's inconceivable to me. But it appears that this is like a disciple and guru relationship. But
Yes.
somehow or another, I'm trying to understand from the position of a disciple.
Yeah.
Is the mercy practically has to be stolen?
There's no question of stolen. That's a question of mercy.
Mercy.
Guru gives. You cannot steal it. It's dana. Guru's gift. Merciful gift.
Then why is it said that Krishna has to steal in that way?
Because
why is it not a merciful gift to Krishna? That question is here.
Because Krishna thinks, if I beg, Radharani will never give me. So, beg, borrow or steal. Yeah?